TravelWise with Phi Blizzard. News, views and interviews.
Hello and welcome. This edition coming to you from the World Tourism Forum Lucerne Startup Innovation Summit 2022, which is being held in Ras al Khaimah. It's an event where global leaders in travel, tourism and hospitality meet the next generation. So, what's it all about?
TravelWise with Phi Blizzard.
Now, for this edition, we're taking a look at hospitality very much into the future. I'm attending a special summit in Ras al Khaimah on Marjan Island at the DoubleTree, and I'm talking now with Martin Barth, who is the CEO of the World Tourism Forum Lucerne. Welcome to the programme, and welcome to Ras al Khaimah. What's your initial impressions?
Thank you very much. I came through Dubai, of course, and I'm always looking forward to being Ras al Khaimah, less crowded. I think it's a beautiful destination, and it's here. It's the second time I'm here.
Okay. So I want to find out what this summit's all about. Looking at, as I said in the introduction, the future of people in the hospitality industry, tourism industry. But first of all, tell us a bit about the World Tourism Forum Lucerne. What do you actually do?
A pleasure, yes. The World Tourism Forum Lucerne is very much linked with the World Economic Forum in Switzerland. Of course, everybody knows Klaus Schwab and his Davos event. The World Tourism Forum Lucerne is similar, but we focus on one industry, the travel, tourism, hospitality, mobility industry. We have started 13 years ago with our aim is we call it bridging the silos between different generations, bridging the silos between public-private, between startups, investors, between academia and industry, and between the different sectors in the tourism industry. So we have events every second year, a big signature event in Switzerland. The last one took place in Andermatt last November. But we have partnerships around the world, and one of the partnerships is with Ras al Khaimah.
So you mentioned silos, and a lot of silos to be connected and interconnected, and people are trying to get away from the silo aspect, aren't they? You've got to be much more integration.
I fully agree. I think even now after the pandemic, it's very important that we come up with new kind of partnerships and cooperations. I think we operated too much within silos, and that's something which I hope we can facilitate also through our platform, the World Tourism Forum Lucerne. And
you mentioned COVID, because before COVID, things were going in the right direction, much more integration. I remember working in different organisations, it was very much silo-based, from a media, because we'd be out at events covering things on the ground and didn't really see the office guys, the backroom guys very often. So that certainly changed a lot. And then, of course, COVID came along, remote working, back to that sort of scenario again, I suppose. So it is a challenge, isn't it?
It is a challenge, but it also, I think, it's a chance. I mean, to come up with different business models, more sustainable business models. I think we have to a little bit challenge the past, and therefore I think it's not just going back is for me not an option. I mean, it has to be even if people don't like that, a new normal in a way, and we have to really a little bit redesign what we did in the past.
Okay, I want to look at the Innovation Summit, and after I'm going to ask you why Ras al Khaimah. But first of all, the summit, people will be pitching, you've got panel discussions. It's a real mix of activities taking place later today. So give us an overview.
With pleasure, yes. I think for us it's important. Innovation is one of our main topics. And we do a regular screening worldwide to find the best, new, brightest business models in travel, tourism, hospitality, mobility. So based on the partnership with Ras al Khaimah we did organize yesterday and today an international startup innovation camp and summit. So based on a call with 400 applications from 85 countries, we selected 12 finalists from all over the world. In 4 categories, it's destination, hospitality, mobility, and transaction. And these 12 we invited to Ras al Khaimah for free. We host them here. We flew them in. They had a pitching session yesterday. The judges decided now yesterday evening who the winners are. We know. They know. They don't.
They don't. Twist your arms.
They don't.
Sealed. Big secret.
And this morning they had a coaching session, so they get coaching on marketing, on sales, on financing, investment, on communication, pitching skills. They have a workshop as well doing business with UAE and Ras al Khaimah, specifically as we are here. How could they make business with Middle East, with UAE and with Iraq? And this afternoon is now the conference, public. So the public is invited. The ruler himself will be here. Everybody is very nervous. We are, of course, very happy and grateful that he will join because he is interested in startups. He's interested in travel, tourism, hospitality industry. So the winners will pitch again this afternoon.
So you say you're nervous because His Highness is attending.
Well,
he's very.
I think it's not so much myself. I think it's more his surrounding and his people, the protocol, because you have to change this and that, and you have to make sure that everything.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I heard that he's very approachable. He's very easygoing in a way. He's very interested. So I'm looking very much forward.
That's the key word. He's very, very interested. So yeah,
looking forward to meeting him. It's first time for me.
First time. It's going to be a good session this afternoon. And give us an overview of some of the speakers. I know you've got the CEO of Air Arabia attending. He's a big name when it comes to the world of aviation, of course.
True. Adel Ali, we invited him, of course. He has a wonderful business model, Arabia. I think looking very much forward to have him here with us. Then we have Sami Saviris, the Egyptian investor, who invested or does invest a lot in Middle East, Egypt, but also Oman, here in Ras al Khaimah.
The Cove Hotel. Yes.
The Cove Hotel, correct.
Which you've experienced, I think.
I did. Wonderful experience, good GM, good food, I have to say.
I'm pleased about that because it's one of my favourite restaurants in
Okay. Good to hear.
I'm not ashamed to admit that.
Yeah, okay. No, we have been there yesterday. It was fantastic. We have... as well, of course, our Swiss ambassador here. I mean, we are Swiss-based, and he's coming all the way from Abu Dhabi to give a welcome speech as well. Then we have Michael Shia. Michael Shia is the chairperson of Kärnten Group, Kärnten Hospitality, Irish investor based in Switzerland and Dubai. I met him earlier this week, and so he will be here as well, giving also a little bit insight of, and he's a great guy. What was he looking for? What did he miss when he started with his first startup? Yeah. And I think having these people telling and giving advice and giving insight of what they would do different to young startups, I think that's fantastic. That's again bridging the silos.
Yeah, and also talking of bridging silos, Gerald Lawless, ex-Jumeirah, of course, who's so much experience in the world of hospitality. So a lot of valuable information and insights from him, which no doubt he can pass on, and also from the other side, take away what young people have got, their insights to the development of travel and tourism.
I think it's a good mixture of Gerald, who I know since many years. I mean, experienced, perfect personality, and then we have more younger startups. Michael Ross, Beadroom founder. He pitched in 2017 in Switzerland. He was the winner. Now he's successful. He's back on stage with others. So I think it's lovely.
That must be quite nice, reassuring for the World Tourism Forum to see people who have pitched several years ago going on and becoming very successful.
Yeah. That's. I mean, these success stories are very important for us. We have an Indian guy who never knew, nobody knew him because he came from technology, and he has a business model where he's electrifying remote areas in the Himalayas. And he's doing a fantastic job. So he pitched in 2017 as well, and after that he was invited by the Minister of Tourism in India. He won a Booking.com prize, World Tourism Organization. He's famous today. And every day or every time when he calls me, he said, "Martin, thanks to you and your organization, I'm now a hero. I'm famous." Right. So that's a
wonderful story, isn't it? That's success, and I can tell you're very, very passionate about what you're doing. So why Ras al Khaimah?
We do a constant screening of the world and destinations, countries. Where are the destinations who are on their way to develop, on their way to come up in a way for perhaps to have a different business model as well, to do different than the others. It's not just copying others, but find their own way, their own positioning. And I think Ras al Khaimah for us was soon on a short list. and especially being more or less next door to Dubai, you need to have a different position. You can't just copy them. So focusing more on nature, more on innovation and sustainability, more on less crowded, on real. I think having the desert, the mountains and all that, I think it's fantastic. And we were with Rocky, the CEO before, Haitham Mattar, we were in contact with him and we realized that's the right partnership. So we agreed on a 2 years partnership. It's now a 4 years partnership because 20 and 21, nothing happened. So it's now 1922. We have 3 events coming to Ras al Khaimah. One is the Startup Innovation Camp and Summit, now yesterday and today, the Talent Boost. We talk about the importance of bringing people into the travel tourism industry because a lot of them left. What is government's role? How can we keep them, foster them, make sure that we have them, train them properly? And yes.
As you say, a lot of people left right across the whole industry. I mean, look at the airlines having to bring back pilots who they made redundant, cabin crew, the whole lot. So it must be a big challenge for... It is. Because some of those people will go on to other roles and other opportunities. And especially
when you grow, even if it's a controlled growth here in Ras al Khaimah, you need more people. You need trained people. And being Swiss with hospitality and tourism schools and universities, we are, of course, famous to help and to support and to find cooperations. And the third event we are coming to Ras al Khaimah is a think tank. 24 CEOs, ministers by invitation only, in the Ritz-Carlton, the desert, sitting out there, having dinner, talking about the future. What is the future looking like? What do we have to change? I think people will like it there.
I think they will like it. They're going to absolutely adore it. And I was smiling because I thought, that's a hardship event, isn't it? The setting there of the desert, the Ritz-Carlton, hospitality, wonderful. Well, Martin, it's been wonderful talking to you here in Ras al Khaimah, here at the Innovation Summit, and good luck this afternoon. Thank you. I can't twist your arm, can I, to find out who the winners are? That will be revealed later. We'll add it on.
I'm a Swiss lawyer. You will not get the answer from me.
So, Martin Barth, who's the President and CEO of World Tourism Forum Lucerne, thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
TravelWise with Phi Blizzard. News, views and interviews.
I'm Phi Blizzard with TravelWise News, Views and Interviews. I look forward to joining you soon. And if you would like to have a podcast production for your organisation, do get in touch with me. Drop me an email, philblizzardmedia@gmail.com.
A Phi Blizzard radio production. TravelWise with Phi Blizzard. News, views and interviews.